about 15 minutes. Many of you are getting ready to have an Ephesians 3:20 moment, y'all, where there is something, come on, believe in the impossible. There is something that the Lord is getting ready to do in your life. There is something that the Lord is getting ready to come in and just make happen for you. And this is something that is moving fast. You're going to take one step, message. You're going to take one step, and all of a sudden, it's like abundance that has been off limits is going to start coming to you. Opportunities are going to start coming to you. Again, it's a shift in awareness. It's understanding that nothing can stop what God is getting ready to do in your life. So think it not strange that it, like some of you, I just heard investors. So there may be investors that are going to be coming in, trying to work with you, trying to collab with you. This may be a promotion on your job, y'all. This is the Lord saying, can you believe in the impossible? Can you believe? I saw J. Cole, shout out J. Cole. I saw a reel that J. Cole did, and he was talking about, one of the ways that he became successful was that he saw himself at the penultimate. He saw himself as high as he could possibly go. And he just, no matter what, he was like in his bedroom mixing and doing whatever he does, right? But he was just like, see yourself as high as you possibly can, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else, even if it don't completely make sense to you. But if you know in your spirituals that the Lord has told you that you can be more, do more, and have more, it's like seeing yourself in that position, carrying yourself that way, walking in alignment with it, even if you don't see the results of it yet. I know all of us have something. And it's not about visualization, right? It's not about trying to see yourself and try to project a vision onto yourself. This is simply saying, no, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but Lord, I believe that this is who I'm meant to be. I believe that I can accomplish this, and seeing yourself there. And I hope that makes sense to somebody. Again, I've tried many things in the past, y'all. I tried to visualize, and meditation is very important. The Lord's talking to me a lot about that. And just as a side note, the reason the Lord has been talking to me about meditation, because y'all, in the mornings, my mornings are very sacred for me, and it's when I spend my time with the Lord. And so I find myself, I don't speak a whole lot in the mornings. Yes, I'm praying, but what I have found is I spend more of the morning in silence, allowing myself to listen. Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. So come on, God, many of us are transitioning from a place where we're not being transactional with God anymore. This is you listening for instructions. Remember Isaiah, the still small voice. It's you listening because God whispers. He doesn't yell unless he has to. This is that still small voice that is giving you instructions, that is giving you insight, that is helping you to navigate. It's why before you make decisions, you need to pray. You need to make sure, like, okay, let me make sure I'm listening, Lord. Let me tap in and see, is this what you want me to do? I don't want to move impulsively. I don't want to move too fast. So for many of you, you're going to get to a point. This is why meditation is important. And I didn't realize it until the Lord started talking to me about it. This was actually yesterday before I watched anything, or because I ended up seeing something about meditation yesterday evening. And it was like, I told the Lord yesterday, I spend more of my time in silence in the morning, just listening versus talking. I don't do a lot of that because remember, God already knows what we need, right? God is within us. So you got to know that God already knows exactly where you are. So I don't spend as much time talking to the Lord as I do listening for the Lord, because I don't want to miss an instruction. I don't want to miss insight. I don't want to miss wisdom. And many of us, we're going from that transactional kind of prayer to praying for things. Lord, help me to understand, help me to discern, help me to see. Lord, give me wisdom. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Anyway, so it's in those moments that the Lord will give you that idea that's going to help you get to the next level. He's going to tell you where to look for a resource. So I hope that makes sense to somebody. Anyway, what else, Lord? And then we finna be out this thing, because we got to get to the work. The card of prayer. The Four of Swords is coming in. Meditation. Daddy, if you had just wanted to show up in the message, just say that. First word on the card, y'all, is meditation. Can't make it up, right? So this is again, so for some of you, this may be a call where the Lord is telling you maybe you need to meditate more. I was just talking about meditation. Messages from spirit, rest, relaxation, divine communication. Okay, divine communication. This is solitude, inner wisdom. So for many of you, there's importance in slowing down and allowing the Lord to speak to you. Okay, if you have been looking for answers outside of yourself, many times the Lord will. I don't care how many people you watch. You can go to every pastor, prophet, seer, tarot reader, whatever you subscribe to. You can go look everywhere, but the answer is going to come from within. This is going to be a conversation between you and God that He is requiring you to have in order for you to get an answer. I remember many moons ago, I can remember just watching tarot reading after tarot reading, and this is when the Lord was first calling me into this. You know, you study people and you kind of see how different people do different things, but I was looking for answers. But it wasn't until the Lord really came and basically snatched me by the neck, right? And was just like, no, there's a different way, that I really started to understand that the answers are going to come from within you. As much you may get a confirmation, because that's all we do as prophets, right? We should only be we should only be confirming something that the Lord has already told us. So even if you're looking for external answers, the answers are truly going to come from within. We're just going to give a confirmation. And for many of you, the Lord is saying, hey, if you come ask me, I'll tell you what you need to know. You don't have to go outside of yourself. Final words of guidance, and we out this thing. Y'all, I can't make it up. So yesterday, first of all, let me go back. What day was it? Yesterday. So yesterday, I got the number 1143. I got it twice. I got it here. I wrote here 1143. And this was after we went live. And I also got Matthew 6:33. And when I got the number 1143, I wrote, there's always a way. There's always a way. Sometimes it's just about finding it. Then I got the number at 1143. So let me mention this because it's important. At 1143 yesterday, I literally got a message that said, taking your power back. So for many of you, you're taking your power back in some way, and you're understanding that the power is within you. You will be victorious. Jesus walks with you. Declare success in your life. And the enemy card came back out with this, y'all. Someone opposing you. I don't even know if this is the same card we had the other day. Hatred, anger, jealousy, creating animosity. This is triumph over the enemy, right? This is triumph over the enemy. Maybe the enemy was trying to convince you in some way that success is not yours, joy is not your portion, peace is not your portion. All of those things are your portion. So the number 1143 may be important in another way. I'm gonna have to, let me just look real quick, y'all, because I got it twice. So I had to go and look and just see. I don't take my Bible to work, of course, but let me see what's on page 1143 in my Bible. Israel redeemed. Okay, Israel redeemed. Israel is God's witness. I don't have the number 1143 written in here anywhere, but it does talk about Isaiah. This is page 1143 is talking about Israel is God's witness. So that may be important for some of you. This is from in my Bible. It has Isaiah 43 on this page. So that may be important for you. So go read that. I might have to read it today. The dates May 14th may be important. And also the Lord just sent me to Isaiah 43 on February the 10th. So go back to February the 10th. There may be something important. Let me just look and see. That was just a few days ago. Let me see. Let me make sure there's nothing over here that the Lord wants me to say. Oh, I got the number 1143 on that day as well. Can't make this up, okay? On that day, I also, let's see what else. It talked about redeemed. This is so crazy. Redeemed. God has purchased us back from slavery and death by the blood of the Lamb. This talks about you can see the trap. There was a specific song, Jack and Diane, which I happened to see that day. I happened to hear that day as well, at 11:04. And think I told y'all that. This is also, I have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands on that day, and redemption. So for many of us, the Lord, and this is also, we talked about a wake-up call on that day. Philippians, I'm just giving y'all what I wrote on the 10th, right? Yeah, because I didn't write a whole lot. That day I had the Lovers, the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, redemption. We talked about a black cat on that day, Philippians 2 and 20. And then I have a note that says, be like Christ. Okay, be like Christ. So that's what I got on that day. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for somebody. This is why I journal. This is why I write down the dates that I get stuff that the Lord sends me certain places. I got to write this day in my Bible as well because this number came back up again, and I have to write the number 1143 because that's significant since it came up again simply within a few days. So anyway, that's it. That's the message. Be like Christ, right? Christ consciousness. Jesus is definitely within you, okay? He is with you and within you, walking with you. So continue to remember that, okay? That's it. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, the love, the energy. I'm so truly grateful. It's time to get to the work. Go be great and amazing. Do great and amazing things. Hydrate your soul. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and an amazing Tuesday in purpose, on purpose. I will see y'all on the next one. I love y'all in real life, okay? Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye, y'all. Thank you, Lord. We receive it.